Queen City of Charlotte. She is the owner and operator of Carolina Blitz. She knows what's going on down with the Panthers and all things sports. Welcome to Sports Shop, Vashti. Good morning, Vashti. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you so much. I know this was impromptu, but I appreciate you giving us a little time.
Yes.
So you know what we were talking about. Yesterday, it was like, breaking news, and B.Y. Bryce Young is now the backup quarterback. I kind of support that. Your thoughts on the press conference and this whole mood around the Panthers when this happened yesterday?
I actually think the move is too soon, Reese.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it would have been different if in the press conference Canales said, you know what, Bryce is taking a lot of beatings. It's been a lot on him. Right now, we want him to focus on maintaining and regaining his confidence and taking care of his mentals. We still believe in him. You know, we still invested a number 1 overall draft pick in him for a reason. Mm-hmm. But right now it's time for him to learn more than do. We didn't get that. What we got was, I don't want to get into specifics as to why I'm benching him. The tape basically tells me that Andy Dalton will give us the best opportunity to win. And while that may be true, with everything that they gave up to get Bryce, with just less than 24 hours earlier, you definitively saying Bryce Young is your quarterback. With Bryce Young only having 2 weeks into your new system, with a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, with you not holding up your end of the bargain by running the ball ad nauseum like you told us we would do, with us not seeing that 2.4 seconds, Bryce is going to be on a timer, he's going to get the ball out in 2.4 seconds. I haven't seen that either. I just don't like you moving away from him for what it seems like is permanently this soon.
Wow, we're talking the Vest I heard with Carolina Blitz. Major, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I totally agree, because based on what he said in the press conference the other day, I'm sure Bryce Young was completely blindsided because he seemed so supportive of him. But what's the pulse now, like the feedback after this happened, after the press conference?
We didn't really talk to many players. I think players were probably shocked as well because they were giving us the whole spiel that they were supporting Bryce, and with Bryce being a young quarterback, you kind of need that support. And so we didn't really talk to many guys yesterday after the news broke. Understandably, they avoided us, and which is not unusual when stuff like this happens. Oftentimes, they need time to process it themselves, and so we did speak to Andy Dalton, and I've never seen somebody more happier in my entire life.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
I am dead serious.
What?
It's like
Andy
my time.
Dalton could not stop smiling. And to me, I was like, wow.
That's
like
kind of
this young quarterback who you were quote unquote mentoring, and he was supposed to be the future of the franchise. You knew you were brought in here to be his backup. He has now been benched for bad play, and you are smiling from ear to ear. But, he wants to start.
Right.
And he said he didn't think that he would have another opportunity to start in the NFL, and he now has an opportunity to be the guy again, and I will see how he responds. But I was just like, wow, he did express, I guess, empathy for Bryce, but why you saying it through a cheesy face? It's different.
Yeah. But we talking Carolina Blitz.
The man said this is opportunity.
We're talking to Vast. I heard Carolina Blitz, who is a great follow. Make sure you follow her because she's got a lot of things going on down there. Hey, Vast, so this was Tepper's decision, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's Tepper's decision. Okay. Canales, understandably, I think he's been coached to steer away from anything specifically about what his conversations are with David Tepper, how much input he has into making these decisions. I think that this was Canales' decision. I think that he spoke with Dan Morgan and Brant Tillis, like he said, but I also think that they jointly made a call to David Tepper. You have to remember, David Tepper was the one that encouraged the Panthers to move up to that number 1 pick. They were going to go to 2 or 3 where the price was much less. And he was like, well, if you're going to go up that high, you might as well go to number one. The price was higher. They paid that price. You know, Bryce reportedly was his guy, somebody he believed in, somebody he wanted to, he had a great amount of faith in, somebody he wanted drafted. And to the, like, everybody thought Bryce was the consensus number one, not just the Panthers.
Oh,
Houston would have taken him number one, too. So I want to put that out there because people act like the Panthers were just stupid for drafting Bryce Young. Everybody was going to draft Bryce Young with that number one pick. So, but specifically David Tepper, this seemed to be his guy. And for this to happen, for it to fall off the rails so quickly, you know, he's been hiring coaches specifically for Bryce Young. Supposedly, these offensive-minded coaches. He hired David Canales because he was touted as the quarterback fixer. And that's another thing. Well, 2 weeks, you can't fix Bryce? Are you saying that he's fundamentally not an NFL caliber quarterback? I have a hard time believing that. But
it's a reset.
I think that when you make that type of decision on a guy that you use so much capital to go get, anybody will go and talk to the owner about it. And so I think they consulted with David Tepper, and David Tepper gave whatever input was given. We don't know. Maybe David Tepper gave pushback, and maybe the football guy said, no, bro, you need to let us cook. Or maybe David Tepper was like, yeah, what we've seen has been a bad product. I support your move. Who knows? But I don't think David Tepper made the decision. I do think he was consulted or informed of the decision, probably more so consulted than informed. But I don't think that this was something where David Tepper called Canales and said, bro, you need to take Bryce out. I don't think so.
Hey, Vashti, that's so good, so great information.
Yes,
we up against it, but thank you for jumping on with us for a few minutes, and keep us posted on what's going on. We'll be following the story. We see whether it's going to make a difference down in Charlotte. We'll see, but hopefully,
all right.
Hope we turn around. Thanks so much. Have a great week.
Thanks
We appreciate
you guys. Glad I could call in.
Yeah,
thank you.